Hey guys, this video I'm going to be reviewing the Arrow Season 1 Finale 123 titled Sacrifice. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe for new, notifications on, jump right into the review. It opened up with Robert saying goodbye to Oliver. They're on the raft when Robert killed the guard and shot himself in the head to save Oliver's life. Oliver was then kidnapped by Malcolm Merlyn, tying into 122 at the ending when Malcolm learned that Oliver Queen is the vigilante. He kidnapped him, put him up in some warehouse, wherever the hell it was, and basically told Oliver that he's grateful that he saved his life. In the previous episode, when Deadshot went after Malcolm, Oliver helped Tommy save Malcolm's life. I say at that time he didn't know Malcolm was a Dark Archer, or that the Undertaker was even going on. Malcolm didn't plan for Oliver to be involved when Robert died, and you could tell he was kind of, really sorry about it. Like he also didn't want to kill Robert. They were close friends. But considering what Robert knew and everything that was going on, Malcolm felt like he had no choice, which is debatable. But, which for most cases is debatable. Malcolm tells Oliver that he doesn't know what in his heart he's fighting for. He's telling that to Oliver, which is why he will lose in the end. And obviously in the end of the episode, he won. So I guess he figured that out on some level. Malcolm leaves Oliver in the place he was at, and Oliver climbs up the change, drops himself onto the ground, and to break free, he kills the guards there. Dig finds him using the tracker that Oliver placed in his own boot, which they joked about prior, but as it came in handy now. Felicity's at Queen Consolidated, and she calls Dig to see if Oliver was found, which he was. Quinn came in to find Felicity and found her and took her in, and by that, they didn't arrest her, they just asked her to come in for questioning. The Hood calls Quinn when he's actually talking to Felicity interrogation, and he fills him in on everything he learned from Malcolm and the Undertaking and all of it. And Felicity ends up telling Quinn the vigilante isn't doing anything really bad, he's more or less of a hero than anything else. So to treat him as a criminal, it's not really right in any way. And Quinn ended up trying to tell Frank Pike and all the other cops there what's going on. No one believed him, and he got put on leave of absence. Or what was it? Quinn got suspended, not on leave. Quinn got suspended. He could have been arrested for it, which I'm pretty sure he did in season 3, or season 2? I don't remember what it was, season 2 or 3. Guess we'll find out when we get down there. But he got lucky on that. Because also this is a criminal we're talking about, or at least to the cops he's a criminal. Tommy's upstairs in the club, and Oliver tells Tommy that Malcolm will destroy the Glades, and he doesn't believe Oliver after he saw Oliver and Laurel together the night prior. Or I'm pretty sure, was it that same night? Because it was the same night. Or it was the night previous, because it was the morning hours, I think it was, when Oliver got taken by Malcolm. So Tommy tells Oliver he wished that Oliver had died on that island. Obviously, he's pissed off. He ended up apologizing for it later in the episode. Oliver goes to see Moira, confronts him about the Undertaking again, tries to figure out where the device is. Oliver tells Moira he and Robert made it to a life raft, and then Robert killed himself to save Oliver. She didn't know that prior. Thea, I don't even think Thea knows that, or really anyone knows that. But Moira knows that now. Oliver asking for the location of the earthquake device. Moira gets a call from Malcolm, and Malcolm is changing the timetable for the Undertaking, and it's happening that night. So they went from probably a few days, a week max, down to a few hours or a handful of hours. So Oliver goes to deal with it all. Laurel shows up as he's leaving. She wants him to tell her everything that's going on, but he really can't. But he kind of plays it off. Oliver tells her to stay out of the Glades, which she doesn't listen. Her work is in the Glades, so she was going there nonetheless. but it was a nice try. And she will find out why, one way or another. Al doesn't think he's going to live through this. He thinks he will die at Malcolm's hand when he goes to fight him. Or that being the undertaking when he dies. Or assuming he dies during this. Tommy goes to see Malcolm and he's pissed off. Malcolm tells Tommy what Oliver said is in fact true. And he ends up playing Rebecca, who's Tommy's mother and Malcolm's past wife before she died. Last message that was sent to Malcolm to Tommy. Malcolm wants everyone in the Glades to suffer and die like Rebecca died, laying in the street, bleeding out, no one really helping her. That's what Malcolm wants everyone in the Glades to feel like when they all die. Oliver tells Dick and Felicity that the undertaking is happening that night. The map and the list help find the location of the device. It was in a deserted subway platform or subway tunnels underneath the city, the deep parts of the city. That's the device will be. And it was also in the same location where his wife died. Malcolm's wife died. Rebecca died. So they all connected the dots. Moira then did a press conference. Thea called Oliver saying that she is doing this. The cops are there. Moira confesses to the undertaking and everything else that's been going on. The destruction of the Glades and Malcolm's role in it all, and that he was the brains behind it, that he needs to be taken in. Moira says Malcolm murdered Adam Hunt and Robert Queen. The entire city saw the message. The cops arrested Moira. Thea said that she loves Roy and that she's pissed off that Moira set all this up. So she ran off to go get Roy to get him the hell out of there. Malcolm reveals to Tommy he's a dark archer. The cops go to arrest Malcolm in Merlin Industries, whatever the hell the company is called, I'm forgetting. He starts killing the cops. Tommy comes in front of him with a gun to stop him. Malcolm ends up knocking Tommy out and also disarming him as well. Oliver has a spare bow in the trunk that he brought back from the island after Malcolm broke his main one. Oliver wants Dick in the subway to disarm the device. Oliver's okay if he dies at Malcolm's hand. We clearly hinted at that early in the episode as well. And he has zero idea how to stop him, but Dick suggests if Oliver takes Dick into the field with him to fight Malcolm, he has a better chance of surviving than if he didn't. So therefore, Oliver agrees to take Dick in to take care of the device. They're going to send in Quinn, and Felicity will help walk him through. So Oliver ends up calling Quentin as a hood, tells him that they have a mutual friend and that he trusts him to take care of the device. Quentin agrees. So then Roy hears about the news about the Glades, first time he's heard about it all night, and Quentin arrives where the device is most likely at. Oliver and Dick go to Malcolm's company, and Oliver ends up finding Tommy on the ground where Malcolm knocked him out. Tommy apologizes to Oliver, that says that he was right, and then Malcolm is waiting for Dick and Oliver in the back room that he has in his office, where we've seen several times throughout the season. And Malcolm's end up stabbing Dick, and Dick tells Oliver to go chase after him because they fought for like a little bit. It was a really cool like duo team up between Oliver and Dick. We don't really get that much in the early seasons from my scene, but in the later seasons it's obviously more. Especially season 8, I think, and season 5 a little bit too, was more Oliver and Dick fighting together. But it was a cool fight scene between Oliver, Dick, and Malcolm. Honestly, the choreography is amazing on Arrow. We've known that for years. Malcolm and Oliver head up to the rooftop. They start fighting. Quinn finds the device, has 7 minutes to disarm it. Roy's running, pretty much away from the Glades. Like, he's still in it, but he's trying to get out. At the same time, make sure everyone gets out. He ends up seeing this one guy being beat up like 3 or 4 guys. He goes in the alley, takes care of 2 or 3 of them. The one guy left has a gun. Thea comes in, throws a glass bottle at the guy's head, knocks him out. And then Thea grabs Roy and they go. Quinn cut a wire to the device and has sped up the timer to get out of the Glades. Quinn ends up calling Laurel to get out of the Glades right that second because he knows it's not gonna, nothing good's gonna happen there. Quinn tells Laurel he's not gonna make it and makes her promise to keep living her life and keep moving forward. And then Quinn says goodbye to Laurel and hangs up. Roy helps people get off a bus. He's not leaving people behind. Roy and Thea kiss, and then Thea leaves, so she got out of there. Oliver and Malcolm continue fighting on the rooftop. Dick gets up to the rooftop. Malcolm has Oliver in a chokehold. Oliver grabs one of his arrows that's pretty much completely in front of him, stabs himself to stab Malcolm, and Quinn got the devices shut off, but Malcolm had a second device in case the first one ever failed, and the second device went off, destroying the east side of the Glades, and which is where Laurel works, and she got trapped after the building fell on her. The damage was contained on the east side, like I said already, of the Glades. Oliver goes after Laurel. Tommy comes in to help Laurel, and she got out, and then Tommy got stuck. Oliver arrives, goes through a side or back entrance, finds Tommy. Oliver tells Tommy that Laurel saved him, that he saved her. Tommy apologizes for everything he said that was bad to Oliver, and he tells him he's not his father. Oliver tells Tommy he didn't kill Malcolm, and then Tommy dies, and Oliver wishes it was him. And then it shows the entire Glades and destruction, at least the east side at least, which is a big portion of the Glades, just completely and utterly destroyed. And that was the end of the season. So, this is into season 1. Now, we did have flashbacks. It was mainly revolving around Yellowface's death, Oliver breaking free of the restraints that he was in by fires. They had a full-on fight. They pretty much stopped the missile launching. One missile went off, but they prevented it from hitting the plane. And it crash landed in the site that they were all at. Slade, Slade, Shadow, Oliver, and Fires are the only 4 people left standing in that area. Oliver came in, picked up a bow and arrow, killed Fires to save Shadow, and that was that for the flashback. So, I do remember liking the flashback in season 2. I never really bothered to watch flashback in season 1. I watched what I needed to watch prior to this, so... But yeah, like I've been saying for a long time, we're further ahead in the Arrow views than I thought I would be at this point. I wasn't really planning on being done season 1 till like middle of December originally when I started this. So we're weeks ahead of what I was planning, and we're even 3 weeks ahead of when I was doing 2 Arrow views a week. We're 2 weeks ahead of that point. So, I mean, we're further ahead than what most people were expecting. And, you know, that's not a bad thing at all. Now, season 2, 201, might be out this Thursday. I don't know. It depends what's going on with The Flash, because this is that time of year. And I said this several months ago. November, December times will be when we get a lot of Flash news regarding the final season. And... you know, Mondays will remain Arrow reviews. I've dedicated Mondays to Arrow reviews. That's not changing. But if we get Flash news on, like, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I'm doing Flash Season 9 news videos then. I have a news video coming out Tuesday night, tomorrow night, over to Flash Season 9. Like, there's so much more news coming out now, it makes it harder to do 2 Arrow reviews a week. That's what I was talking about months ago. That's why I kept doing 2 or 3 even reviews a week for a little bit here and there to make up for that. I didn't expect it to pay off this much, but here we are in the middle of November. We're done with season 1. 23 episodes in the span of, what, like, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, 2.5 months? So, again, a lot further than what I was expecting, a lot further than I think what a lot of people were expecting. Because I know some people were saying, oh, you won't be done for another 2.5 years. We pretty much dialed that down like a little over 2 years. It's not close to that 2.5 year mark. Now, for those who are still watching, when I am done doing Arrow reviews, because I'm not going to do it, at least while The Flash is on, I might start it when The Flash ends. I'm still having content coming out. I don't know, though. But as of right now, my decision is when I'm done doing the Arrow reviews, if I'm not already, I will start doing Batman the Animated Series reviews, because I've never watched the show before. I've always wanted to watch it. Obviously, with Kevin Conroy passing recently, and he was my Batman. I loved him as Batman, and he is the voice of Batman. I figure it's a great way to honor him and review every single episode of Batman the Animated Series. And when I'm done with that, I can jump into the Justice League Unlimited show, which I really want to do because I love that show. I don't remember a lot of it, though. I watched parts of it as a kid, not all of it. And Batman Beyond, we can go into. So that's part of the DCAU, the DC Animated Universe. That'll be a whole thing I can jump into when the Arrowverse is done with the Flash Season 9, when that's done. So there'll be tons more content on this channel compared to, if all these shows weren't a thing already. So that's just what I'm looking forward to in the future content of the channel. Obviously a lot can happen in 2 years even, a year or two, I mean. So, but one thing is for sure to me is that YouTube will always be the number one priority for me. I've made it very publicly clear I want this to be a full-time job. It's taking forever to get there. But I do hope when The Flash is done, there'll also be a lot more free time for content. And then I can start coming with the Batman Animated Series content while I'm still doing Arrow's content. That way I'm still getting content out for you guys. And that's the number one priority, and I'm hoping to continue that when The Flash is done. So, yeah. But since The Flash is still on, and it's coming up with its final season, there's going to be a lot of Season 9 content coming out. Even now there is. I mean, I've done more Season 9 videos this month alone than I've done the past several months. At least relating to news videos. So, it's going to be picking up. And when The Flash does come back, I mean, we'll have reviews on Wednesdays, promo breakdowns on Thursday nights, and then, I mean, if there's trailers coming out, like there was Season 8, there'll be a trailer breakdown whenever the hell I can do it. If it's released on Mondays, I'll do it Tuesday nights. But Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, possibly even Fridays and Saturdays, all that content will be Flash content. Unless we get some like Justice U news, unless I really don't feel like reporting on it, then I will, sneak that in there. But it will mainly be Flash content. And the main reason that is because Flash content tends to carry this channel. The Arrow reviews have done very well. The last few have been a little bit iffy. I do think once we get like Season 5, maybe even Season 2, honestly, but especially Season 5, I think that's when we'll be getting more viewers, more people coming in and rewatching Arrow and watching these reviews as I do them. That is the hope. Season 1, while it was popular compared to Season 5 and maybe even Season 2, I don't think it would resonate with a lot of people. I wasn't expecting it to do as well as it did for Season 1. But it did a lot better than what I was expecting. But it could obviously be a whole lot better, I'm assuming, this year compared to next year. So, or this season compared to next season, I mean. So we're just going to see everything that all plays out. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.